From the 1011 Now streaming studio, this is 1011's Morning Pulse.
Sponsored by Murray Roofing.
Good morning and happy St. Patrick's Day. This is Craig Allison with your Morning Pulse for Monday, March 17th. Our first story on the national side this morning, the deadline for Americans to file their taxes is now less than a month away. Agency, like many other government departments, has faced upheaval since the Trump administration took over the past 7 weeks. Top executives have left the IRS, and about 6,700 probationary employees lost their jobs last month. There does seem to be a slowdown with people who have amended their taxes in recent years and trying to set up a payment plan. So don't be sure to forget that deadline and hit those taxes. Second story this morning, dramatic video of vacant house fire breaking out just outside of South Lincoln, south of 38th and Saltillo, and just north of Highway 2. Hickman Fire and Rescue was called to the scene just after 11 p.m. last night, and additional volunteer firefighters from 3 other departments were called in to help. No injuries have been reported, and the State Fire Marshal's office is investigating, but be sure to stick with us at 1011 for more updates on this story. In some good news, the Huskers are going to the big dance after they secured a spot in the women's NCAA tournament. They'll be competing in Birmingham 3 Regional to start with a matchup with the 7th-seeded Louisville Cardinals this Friday at 5 in the afternoon. We'll start in Fort Worth, Texas, being hosted by the Big 12 champion TCU Horned Frogs. For coverage of the Huskers in the dance, stick with our 1011 sports team. In politics, Saturday, Nebraskans lined up outside of the Swanson Center at Metropolitan Community College in Omaha to see Minnesota Governor and former vice presidential candidate Tim Walz. It's part of Walz's national tour of town halls across House districts represented by Republicans. Visit comes as congressional Republicans were advised against holding in-person town halls. District 2 Republican Representative Don Bacon, in response, called into question Walz's military record. And wrapping things up today, St. Patrick's Day, and it holds a lot of history across the sea and right here in Lincoln. Churches like St. Patrick's Catholic Church, established in 1893, became cornerstones for Irish immigrants who arrived. They hold a parade of their own each year. This legacy endures today in Ireland and in communities around the world. Bars and restaurants across Lincoln are hosting festivities, including McKinney's Irish Pub, which is throwing one of the biggest events in the city. That is your Morning Pulse for this Monday morning, and we'll wrap things up with a look at your 7-day forecast.
You've been listening to 1011's Morning Pulse. Watch, listen, stream on the 1011 Now app, on YouTube, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Sponsored by Murray Roofing.